Only 5% of realtors do more than 25 deals a year. So what are they doing differently than you? There's a million and one ways to get listings. Zillow, Facebook ads, YouTube, TikTok, buying leads, cold calling, referrals, the list goes on and on. But here's what I've noticed after speaking with over 250 realtors this past month. The top producers, they're not using anything flashy. In fact, most of them couldn't even explain why what they're doing actually works. But it does because they're using psychological systems that attract ready to go sellers on autopilot basically. And I know what you're thinking, this dude looks like he's 12 years old, but I'm gonna show you exactly what these top agents are doing differently so you can just copy it and get similar results. So let's get into the video. So I'm gonna start off by comparing the old way, basically what most realtors are doing, and then I'm gonna show you exactly what the new way looks like. And I'm not just showing you something that's random. This is something that's used today by Ryan Serhant, Mike Sherrard, many others, but these are two notable ones that I wanted to mention. So now that you know, okay, this is something that can potentially work, I'm going to show you basically what most realtors are doing and what I noticed after speaking with a ton of realtors. So all the old ways are really cold calling. You have your Zillow, Realtor.com leads, Facebook ads, mailers, Instagram ads, posting organic. You have YouTube, door knocking, sphere of influence referrals. You have Google ads, Google My Business, SEO, all that sort of stuff. And some of it's great. Some realtors love it, some hate it. But I'm going to tell you a couple things that I've noticed after being in the industry a little over a year at this point, and have helped realtors grow their business, add tens of thousands of dollars each month in GCI to their business using this new funnel. So I'm going to show you basically how it all works. But again, what some of the things I've seen that are almost wrong with some of these that some realtors don't really realize. So the big thing that I've seen, so starting off with like cold calling, it's just not sustainable. A lot of this stuff isn't sustainable. You have your Zillow leads, you could be getting the best leads. You're at the mercy of Zillow, right? You don't own any of it. It's a lot with this stuff. You can put your time into this, but even like organic posting, it's very, very inconsistent. You're at the mercy of the algorithm. And that's a big part of all this. You're relying on somebody else. Same with referrals, mailers. Mailers are okay, but it's just honestly, they're not very cost effective. There's a lot of other ways you can do it, which I'm going to show you as well. You have your door knocking, just not sustainable. That's a big part. And some of these can get pretty expensive, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm going to break down basically the new psychological profiling funnel that agents like Ryan Serhant, Mike Sherrard are using to grow their business. I'm talking about right now. So really the first part of it, because I like to take a very psychological approach when I break down different marketing strategies and getting agents business, because all of it is human to human. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you know how humans behave, if you know where the attention is, which is what I'm going to show you, then that's really all you need. So starting off, what do we want? We want motivated homeowners actively looking to sell. So that's a big part, is we only want to reach those people. So all the other ways, like there's a lot of stuff that you can do, but it's tough to only do this towards motivated homeowners. The only one that you potentially could is cold calling. But again, not many agents love to do that because it's not sustainable, which is the downside of it. Same with mailers, but again, you're not really getting in front of them a bunch. You're not building trust, which is important. That's what I'm going to show you. So the first part is we need to find these motivated homeowners actively looking to sell. And that's exactly what you can do with this system right here. You find the people actually in the market to sell their home, because if you're going to be spending money on something, why would you want to reach people just scrolling around on their phone? Why not the people who, number one, own a home in your target market, in the specific neighborhoods, cities, zip codes, and counties that you're in? And then they're also looking to sell their home and purchase a new one, right? You get the 2-in-1, but the big thing is finding out where that motivation is. So that's the first part. After we find those motivated homeowners, we need to then identify where the attention is in 2025. And if you've been keeping up, you know it's all digital. So mailers, door knocking, cold calling are slowly going away. I especially see cold calling fizzling out just because nobody's attention is on the phone. Everyone's on their phone, but they're not picking up the phone, right? They just want to scroll. They don't want to have someone call them out of the blue. And same with like mailers and stuff. People are just throwing them away. Some mailers for sure still work. I'm not saying none of it works, but really the attention in today's day and age is all digital. So that's where we need to be. So now we need to see, okay, we know where the attention is. It's all online. Now, what's the best way that we can capture this attention? So we need to make sure that's something like you can have as many views, as many clicks in the world. That's what I see with a lot of agents if they're doing Instagram reels, Facebook, they're posting on YouTube, they get a lot of views and clicks in some cases, but they're not able to monetize their audience, meaning turn those clicks, turn those views into actual business, which is the hardest part and which is tough because you're kind of at the mercy of those platforms to pushing your stuff out to the algorithm. But the best way to capture the attention is using a targeted video with a clear message. Now, the reason that I like video is because real estate is all relationship based, it's all trust based. And how are you going to trust someone? It's by seeing them and talking with them over and over. And you can't, unfortunately, talk with 100,000 people in your market. So the next best way to do that is using a video. Now, the reason I don't just say any video, just seize video, you need to have a targeted video. So it's only made for these motivated homeowners who are actually looking to sell, with also a clear message. So you know what you're providing. You have a proven framework for the video that you know can convert these people into actual clients, because that's the whole goal of it. Now, the message, really what I've found is with a video to an audience who doesn't know you, a lot of agents go out there and say, hey, my name's Sally. If you're thinking of selling your home, give me a call. Nobody's going to do that because they don't know you. So how do you get people to know you? Well, you need to build trust. And I think one of the best ways you can do that, especially in 2025 when everybody knows a realtor, everybody's a realtor now, you need to build trust. And the way to do that is by number one, standing out, and number two, providing value. So the way you stand out is by providing value. They almost go hand in hand. So what type of value can you provide? Well, I have a bunch of videos on this, but think about, what would a motivated homeowner want? What would they find valuable if they were looking to sell? And you just tailor your offer towards that. Think about that. You want to make sure you have something that's actually valuable to them. But after you provide so much value, give, then you can make your ask. And that's how you get people coming to you inbound, almost like referral, which is what I've seen with this exact funnel. And this is, I'm not just saying this is stuff that Alex Hormozi says, if you're familiar, Gary Vee. It's all about giving value upfront, and then you can make your ask. That's how you're getting these leads, these views into actual clients. So after that targeted video, what you want to do is bring them into your funnel, right? That's a big part. You want to make sure that you're actually getting them in your funnel. They're not just seeing you and then just leaving your ecosystem. That's the big part. We need to get them in your funnel, because then you can use a psychological profiling, which I'm going to show you in a second. So a big part of it, though, I have avoiding top of funnel sellers. So a top of funnel seller, if I'm sure you're familiar, but if not, it's basically somebody who top of funnel, there's top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of funnel. Top of funnel is they're barely looking around. They maybe have a home. They're maybe, oh, I want to sell in like a year or two. Middle of funnel is those people who are problem aware. They say, okay, I'm going to sell my home. Maybe I don't know when, but I'm going to sell it. And then bottom of funnel, I need to sell my home as soon as possible. So the only people that we're bringing in with this funnel are middle of funnel and bottom of funnel 95% of the time, because of the targeting we're using. We're only bringing in these motivated homeowners. So that's just avoiding all the top of funnel people altogether. So really with it, like if you're looking for 100 leads every single month, this isn't for you, just because you're going to get way less quantity, but the quality is going to be extremely higher, a lot more high, because the intent is there and they're actually lower in the funnel, making your life easier. They just need someone to help them make the move, which is why you're here, help them sell their home. Now, after somebody enters your funnel, this is where a lot of agents stop. They maybe try to book the appointment. But what you need to do is continue to build trust, continue to stand out. And this is exactly what I'm going to show you with this right here. So this is something called psychological profiling. I have 24/7, because really what it is, it's a fancy word for retargeting. You're just going to follow these people around 24/7. And I give a couple different examples here, but what I've seen works best is, number one, just you on video. You can just tell stories, just be yourself, tell people what you think they want to hear. It doesn't even need to be about real estate, just something interesting to them, right? You can tell a story about how you got your first truck or something. And if it relates with people, then you're doing a good job. But know your target audience, know who you're targeting, and then just make videos that relate to them and just be yourself, because you bring in what you put out. So if you're the energetic realtor, you're gonna convey that in your videos, and you're gonna bring in energetic clients who like working with someone like you, right? And if you're more laid back, which I find a lot of realtors are, then you're going to bring in those people. So it's perfect. You just have to be yourself. That's the main thing. You can also do client testimonials. I recommend videos for sure. Do video testimonials, advertise your listing so they can see, okay, John's actually doing a lot of production. He has this beautiful listing. This is similar to my home. Now I definitely want him to sell it. And it all basically leads back to these inbound calls and appointments. You can do all the outbound dialing you want. But what I've seen, even with a lot of cold leads and a lot of these stuff, like you make the outbound calls, it's still someone who came in, they clicked on your ad, but you're basically making a glorified cold call. But if you can kind of change the dynamic, you're the one providing value, you're the one that's positioned as the expert, you're going to get inbound calls and appointments coming into you, which again just changes the whole dynamic. And with this, because they're seeing you so many times, just 24/7, they see that initial video, they're basically in your funnel, they know who you are, and this is almost like a referral quality lead, right? It's someone coming to you inbound after they already know, like, and trust you because they see all of this. You know they're motivated, they're in the middle or bottom of funnel. Then you just have to get on the chat with them and then do your job. You just get the listing appointment and get the listing from there. It's that simple. But the nice thing about it is it's all automated as well. So it's not like you're doing all of this manually. All of this can be set up automatically, and it will be set up automatically because you don't have the time to do all this individually. You need to create leverage in your business as a realtor. That's what I've seen speaking with agents who are doing over 3, 4, 500 deals a year. They all have systems like this. They are all creating leverage in their business, so they don't need to focus on doing all of these tasks that aren't going to push the business forward, right? You need to spend your time prospecting and also nurturing your current and past clients because everybody loves referrals. But if you can get an inbound system like this where you're basically nurturing new referrals, creating new referrals, doing new outreach, getting in front of new people without you having to pick up the phone, knock on a door, run a Facebook ad, post on Instagram, all that sort of stuff, post on YouTube for 2 years before seeing anything. You can have this in your business. Okay, we're spending this much, we'll get this much back, but we're basically nurturing these people where when they are ready, they're going to reach out. You can have that in the back of your business, and it can be another pillar of your business that you can always rely on. And if you are a team lead as well or looking to build a team, this is something that you can use as a unique selling proposition for your team and your agents. You can say, hey, we build a psychological profiling funnel for each agent on our team where you're basically getting inbound deals every single month that are just coming into you. And that's going to be a huge, unique selling proposition for you if you are interested in that, which I know a lot of team leads are who I speak with. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret right here. All of this is through YouTube ads. I'm not talking about YouTube organic posting a bunch of videos. YouTube ads. You basically have 2 or 3 videos. You run it to the motivated homeowners looking to sell. You have a video. You avoid all the top of funnel sellers, bring in all bottom of funnel and middle of funnel leads. You follow them around 24/7 with retargeting. Anybody who's clicked on your video or watched over 25%, you just follow them around. You have a landing page to get these inbound appointments and calls. Then from there, you just get the listing appointment, get the new listing. And this is a very proven strategy. I have agents getting 2 listing appointments in the first 5 days of running YouTube ads together with this exact funnel. And if you want to learn more about this, actually just these next couple weeks, I'm offering a pay per listing approach for a couple agents who do want to get started with it, want to test it out. So a link in the descriptions for that. If you want to book a time to chat, I'll go over how this will work in your market, what type of results you can expect, most importantly, how my plan is going to be to get you an extra 2, 3, 4 listings each month and how we can work together to do that using this exact funnel with YouTube ads. And if you are interested in just learning more, feel free to go check out other videos on my channel. It's all about YouTube ads for real estate agents. I break this funnel down more in depth. I go step by step because for me on this channel, I want to show you how to do it. I want to give you all the information possible because people pay me for implementation, not information. So if you want to learn, if you want to do it yourself, by all means, that's what my entire channel is for. So go check out all my other videos. You're going to get a ton of value. Trust me. But I do appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.